Welcome, vacation rental owner or manager. Today, I'll explain how I decorate for fall for free to draw in more bookings this season. Before we get into it, I'd like to mention that if you prefer a visual guide, you can find the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Just search for Step Up Your STR and we'll pop right up. All right, let's explore how 4 simple steps can turn your vacation rental into a fall haven that guests will rave about. Step 1 is a strategy. You're going to get strategic for some great impact. Now, instead of trying to decorate every corner of your rental, that would be overwhelming. We're only going to focus on 3 key areas. These will be your seasonal hotspots. That's what I call them, quote, seasonal hotspots. And they are the places that catch the eye and make the biggest impressions on your guests. So think for a minute about your space from a guest's perspective. Where do their eyes naturally land when entering a room? A few places that would be great for fall hotspots might be the living room coffee table, a really fun, inviting corner on the kitchen countertop, a mantle above your fireplace, a sideboard in the dining area, the entry table, and the list can go on and on. But by concentrating your efforts in just 3 areas, you'll create a cohesiveness that's really doable. 3 spots will have enough impact to photograph beautifully for your listing. So remember, those fall-themed photos really can be a major draw for potential guests who want a cozy autumn getaway. Remember how good or how bad your decor is directly correlates with how much or how little revenue you earn. All right, so that is step 1. Be strategic about picking 3 areas where you want to have your seasonal hotspots. Step 2 is to gather your basics. So now that you've defined your 3 hotspots, it's time for kind of a treasure hunt in your rental property or wherever you might live, someplace nearby. And this step is all about utilizing items that you already have on hand or that maybe your mom is wanting to give away. All right, that was step 1. You want to be strategic about choosing 3 seasonal hotspots. Step 2 is to gather your basics. So now that you've identified your 3 spots, it's time for a treasure hunt in your rental property or from your own home if you live nearby. Now, this step is all about utilizing items that you already have on hand, and you're going to look for versatile pieces that can be easily swapped out and transformed for any season. So some examples of these items would be vases of various sizes and shapes, because a vase can be swapped out for any season. It can hold fall stems. It can hold pine tree stems for winter. It could hold, seasonal flowers that only come up in the spring. So you're looking for vases. Trays that are wooden, metal, woven, acrylic. Also look for picture frames, and you can have them be all sizes. I tend to like 8 by 10 approximately, something that can fit and sit on a surface, like on a countertop or on the coffee table. Another idea is a glass cloche or a bell jar that you can display things under it, and it just looks so special under a glass holder. Another item would be candlesticks and candle holders, and also bowls, like wooden bowls, ceramic, glass, especially if it's a footed bowl. So, a bowl that sits on a foot under it. It's sometimes it looks like a bowl on top of a smaller bowl. So a raised up bowl. Those are awesome. And these items will serve as the foundation for your fall displays. Now, the beauty of this approach is that you're working with pieces you already own. You're just reimagining them for the season. And this not only saves you money, but also ensures that your decor feels integrated with the overall style of your rental. So it's all a nice, cohesive, seamless look. Now, a pro tip here, investing in a few high quality, versatile pieces can pay off in the long run if you need to invest. It will be an investment that pays you back because they'll serve you well across multiple seasons and years even, and contribute to the 5-star reviews for ambiance and attention to detail. And guests really do love great ambiance and attention to detail. Okay, step 3 is to embrace nature, number 1, and free printables, number 2. So embrace nature and free printables. Here's where the magic happens, and it won't cost you a dime. Fall is perhaps the most generous season when it comes to natural beauty. So take a walk around your rental property or in a nearby public park and gather some seasonal treasures. So there are so many for fall. There's like colorful fallen leaves in rich reds and yellows, oranges, or multicolored leaves, especially if they're really large leaves. There are acorns, pine cones, branches with interesting shapes and textures, late blooming wildflowers. Those are so amazing and gorgeous and hard to come by sometimes. So if you see them, grab those late blooming wildflowers. Also think of small pumpkins or gourds, or even larger pumpkins or gourds if you have access to a pumpkin patch or a farmer's market. So these natural elements will instantly bring the essence of fall into your rental and create that cozy, authentic atmosphere that is from your area, from your locale, and guests adore that. So arrange your leaves in a clear vase or fill a bowl with some pine cones, create a centerpiece with branches and gourds mixed in. And these touches make for great photo opportunities, both for your listing and for your guests' social media posts. And we all know that a guest sharing photos of your beautifully decorating rental or your beautifully decorated rental is just free marketing gold. Now let's talk about free printables. They're an easy way to add seasonal art to your space. Just do a quick search online for, quote, free fall printables or autumn free printables, and you'll find a treasure trove of beautiful artwork, quotations, and just designs that capture the spirit of the season. You can print these out on simple printer paper, pop them into those frames that you gathered earlier, and voila, you have instant free fall art. And you can change it up year after year because you can use those frames year after year, season after season. So a pro tip here is that some of these natural items and printables can be saved and reused in future fall seasons. So store your dried leaves or pine cones in a labeled box and keep your favorite printables in a folder. Or you can keep your favorite printables just in the frame and just move it behind whatever your current art is. This makes it really easy to quickly refresh your decor each fall and ensure that your rental always looks seasonally appropriate and welcoming. Another pro tip here, just keep it all in a shoebox. You don't need to store a bunch of stuff. It could all fit even in just a shoebox. That is step 3. Step 4 is how to put it all together. And this really is the fun part, bringing all these elements together in your 3 chosen hotspots. And here's some ideas to get you started about how to do it. For example, a coffee table. Place a wooden tray in the center. Make it big. Arrange a few faux candles of varying heights on the side of the tray. Next to that, put some collected acorns, pine cones. You can mix it all in together around the candlesticks. Add a small frame with a fall-themed printable, and this creates just a cozy focal point that guests will love and appreciate, and it will draw their eye. Another example, the mantle over the fireplace. So you can easily create a garland of colorful leaves, and also you could, if you have fairy lights, you can string those along also for a warm glow. At one end of the mantle, place a glass cloche filled with little mini pumpkins or a long thin gourd. And on the other end, put a vase with some really dramatic, interesting fall branches. And then right in the middle, on top of the mantle, center a large frame with a fall landscape printable as the main focal point. And this display will make for a perfect backdrop, like for guest photos, and that will encourage those social media shares too. Okay, another spot you could think about decorating for fall, one of these fall hotspots might be your entry table. Simply set out an interesting bowl filled with pine cones and acorns, and next to it, place a framed welcome message with a fall theme. Add a tall vase with some dried wheat stalks or late season wildflowers for height and color and texture. And it's so warm and inviting. It gives that amazing first impression that will set the tone for a guest's entire stay. I'm just so excited thinking about all this fall decorating, and it makes me want to get out my own fall things in my own home. So just remember, the key is to layer some textures and colors and heights, all from nature, all free printables, to create interest. And do it thoughtfully. These thoughtful touches show your attention to detail and create a memorable experience for your guests. And it's the kind that leads to glowing reviews and repeat bookings. All right, those are the 4 simple steps to create a cozy, inviting fall atmosphere in your STR for free. No need to break the bank. To recap, number 1, choose your 3 seasonal hotspots. 2, gather versatile basics from around your property, such as frames and vases. Number 3, incorporate natural elements and free online printables. And number 4, arrange your finds in appealing displays. So by implementing these strategies, you're not just decorating, you're creating an experience. And that's why people choose one STR over another. They want an interesting experience. If they wanted to just stay in a regular house, they could stay home. But they don't want that. They want something interesting. And with this, you're giving your guests the autumn getaway they might have been dreaming of for years. And it will be complete with Insta-worthy vignettes too. So this attention to seasonal detail can and it does lead to better reviews, high ratings, increased bookings, and even the ability to command premium rates. Now remember, some travelers specifically search for cozy fall getaways. And by showcasing your seasonally decorated space in your listing photos, you're tapping into this market, and it really does set your property apart from the competition. I hope this guide has inspired you to embrace the beauty of fall in your vacation rental decor. It can be simple, it can be fun, and it will make a difference. So here's to a season of happy guests, glowing reviews, and a fully booked calendar. I look forward to talking again next time. Thank you for joining in on Step Up Your STR. Please take just 30 seconds to like, review, and subscribe. It's a simple thing that fuels our mission to empower more STR owners and managers for higher success. I look forward to talking again next time.